Hi everyone, welcome back to Soul Seer Tarot. We're going to get a quick message. My angels and ancestors, the divine, they want me to check in with the shadow side. Let me fix this real quick here. Yeah, trying to make it so you can see me and at least me shuffling. Get a quick check-in with your shadow side. See what's going on. I just did one on life purposes, life goals, soul growth, and they want me to check in real quick with the shadow side. So kind of did the light side, and now they want me to check in with the shadow, see what's going on. Okay, am I taking that? Yes, I am. That's funny because it kind of goes along with what I was just talking about in my other one. We have pride, number 7. Some of you are getting in your own way. You're only seeing half of who you are. Dreams on the bottom of number 3. Some of you aren't wanting to look at the broken parts, the dead, as they call it. I don't know. Parts of yourself. The parts that you keep hidden. The parts that you don't want to look at, you don't want to see. Your pride is keeping you stuck. You're only showing half of who you truly are. You look at her, half of her is beautiful, and the other half is dead. It's not there. She's only half of who she should be, because her pride is keeping her stuck. It's keeping her from being able to see. Some of you have a darkness that you need to fight. Well, not fight. It's not the right word. Say what you mean. Okay, I'll say what I mean. Some of you have a past that you're not completely proud of. You've done things that you're not proud of. And this is no shame and no judgment. I don't do that here. And if it doesn't go with your situation, please don't take it. It's not meant for you. The message is not meant for you. Some of you, you've hurt some people. You've done things you're not proud of. It's caused you to feel almost empty. That's the feeling I'm getting. It's just empty. You don't want to look at those parts of yourself. You don't want other people to see those parts of yourself. And you not recognizing them is keeping you stuck. It's your pride is keeping you stuck. We all mess up. We all do things that we're not proud of. We all go through things. Our lives are not always sunshine and rainbows. There's death and despair, destruction. heartache. There's times in our lives when we do things that we look back and we're like, who was that? How could I allow myself to have done that? Who am I really? And it's hard to look at yourself. I think you have a hard time looking at yourself in the mirror sometimes. You don't like what you see because you're only half there. You want to be seen. You want to be whole. You want that spiritual love, is what I just heard. But you don't think you deserve it. But you do. You do deserve it. You deserve to be seen, to be loved, to be whole, to be one with yourself. All parts of you. All of them. You need to learn to integrate all parts of yourself. The good, the bad, the ugly, beautiful, the lonely, the sad, the amazing, the talented, all of it. You need to bring it all together. You need to learn to love yourself even when you were at your darkest self. That's what the universe is asking you to do. They want you to look at your pride. They want you to look at yourself in the mirror. And I mean really look at yourself and tell yourself, I didn't know any better. Or I was doing the best I could with what I knew at the time. Some of you might have been on drugs at certain points and times. Trigger warning. I'm sorry, I probably should have said that before. And you did things that you're not proud of. I'm getting stealing, lying, cheating. Things you don't feel you can forgive yourself for. But you've come out of it. You've come out of the drugs. You're not on them anymore. You know, I really truly believe that when people are on drugs, which happens for so many different reasons. I mean, I went through my thing. I'm not perfect by any means. I got addicted to pills. It was my coping mechanism at a time that I felt I needed it. I'll put it that way. I didn't really need it, but I felt I did. It helped numb me to the world and what was going on around me. Things I didn't want to see, didn't want to look at. My own damn self, wasn't even one of them. But I really truly believe that when people are on a substance of any kind that alters their mind, the things they do when they are on those drugs, it's not them. It's really not. If you think about it, there's a chemical in there that is altering their mind and their DNA and everything. That's not them. It's almost like they're possessed by something, you know? Think about people that are really depressed and in a really deep spot. They do things that they wouldn't do if they weren't depressed, you know? Trigger warning. Some of them cut themselves. Some of them try to do more than that because they're in a deep, dark place that they don't think they're going to be able to get out of, you know? I call it the Marinara Trench, you know? It's a really deep, dark place. And it's hard. It's hard to breathe. It's hard to think. It's hard to do anything when you're down there. It's one of the darkest places you can be, right next to drugs. And I think I compare the two, and when it comes spiritually anyway, to your soul, to the person that you are, I compare it. Because there is a lot of similarities. But you become somebody different. You do things that you wouldn't do if you weren't in that situation, you know? You become somebody you wouldn't be. So when you come out of it, you have a lot of regrets. Even people that go through depression, you know, and trigger warning again, they try to take their own lives, or they cut themselves up, you know. They now have to deal with the aftermath of doing that. Now that they're in a healthier mindset, a better place, they're not so deep down in the dark. They're further into the light. They have to now come to terms with decisions that they made when they were in a lower state. And it's hard to look at. It's hard to look at yourself and realize that you did all this damage, you know, especially when you're somebody that has a very loving heart. It's hard. It's very hard to be able to look at yourself in the mirror, but you have to. You have to. And I'm saying that from experience. You have to learn to be able to look yourself in the face and love every part of you. Are you the same person you were then? No. Will you make the same decisions and choices moving forward that you made back then? No, probably not, because you're not there anymore. You've jumped. You jumped timelines, jumped frequencies, and I just got chills through my body. Ooh, my whole body. Yeah, you jumped frequencies. You're not the same person you were back then. That was a different life, a past life, if you want to put it that way. You know, that person's dead and gone. They're not around anymore. That's not the same person. That was a past life. This is a new life, a new beginning. You were reborn, so to say. So forgive yourself for the things that you did not know when you didn't know. You know, that blame, that guilt, that pride, it's keeping you stuck right now. It's keeping you from moving forward. Ancestor, spirit guides, is there anything else out of this deck that my collective needs to know? Ancestor, spirit guides, is there anything else out of this deck? Okay, I'm going one more time. If I don't get anything, I'm going to switch decks. Ancestor, spirit guides, is there anything else out of this deck that my collective needs to know? Yeah, it wasn't feeling it, so. I am going to use, no, I don't want to use that one. I'll use this one. I forget the name of this deck. It's the back of it. I forget the name of it. I'm trying to get better with names, but it's not one of my strong suits. But I'm working on it. Ancestor, spirit guides, please connect me with the guides and the ancestors of my collective. Allow me to hear, know, see, feel, hear what I need to know to help my collective, whoever this message is for. what they need to know to move out of this pride, to be able to move forward, to love themselves. Pink song. You are effing beautiful. Just started playing. Oh, it just started raining. Just started playing in my head. Some of y'all might want to listen to that song. It's a great song. I love that song. Right now, try to listen to uplifting music. Ones that reinforce how strong and beautiful and capable you are. You build your strength up, you'll be able to look at yourself a little bit easier, a little bit better. That pride won't get in the way so much. Everybody needs pride, but it can also hold you back, keep you stuck. So yeah, this card, when I look at it, it's just the emotions that I get that run through me. It's overwhelming. It's so many at once. Some of you need to ground. You need to ground yourselves because your emotions are all over the place. It's like I'm feeling all of them at once. Except anger. I get despair and loneliness and grief and longing. But I don't get any anger, and I don't really get any love. There is a rose there, but I just get sadness. So sad. Some of you need to cry. You just need to release. I don't think some of you have allowed yourselves the opportunity or the pleasure to release. You got a lot of stuck emotions, and they're strong. You're so sad. I'm so sorry. And it's funny that it started raining when I started feeling that feeling too. You don't need to release. Go take a shower. Let your mind wander. Think about everything that you went through, you dealt with, that you allowed yourself to do, and cry. Hard, sobbing, crying. Like sitting on the floor of the bathtub, breaking down, crying is what you need. You need to release this. It's heavy. I gotta get out of that energy. Whoever that's for, babe, release those. That is such a heavy energy to be in. No wonder you can't do anything. I wouldn't be able to either. That's some strong, heavy sadness going on. Sweetheart, man, woman, if you do both, gender is not it when I say sweetheart or anything like that. I don't care what you identify as. I really don't. You need to release. You have got to allow the thorns of that rose to prick you hard enough. and just release, because I don't know if you can see just how sad, and it was 20:02 on the counter, just how sad she is. Look at her. She looks like at any second she's just going to bust into tears. But her pride's keeping her stuck. You've got to look at yourself. You have got to release these emotions. Full moon completion. Yeah? Ask the universe for forgiveness. Ask yourself for forgiveness. If you can't go and ask the people, ask the universe, the divine, ask yourself, your soul, your ancestors, your spirit guides. Ask them for forgiveness. But mostly forgive yourself. That's too heavy. That's too much. That's way too much. All right, ancestor spirit guides, can you please give me a message for my collective that is trying to release this pride? Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, dreamtime, creation, and forest breath. And then on the bottom of the deck, we have crystals, focus. Now, some of you might be creators. You draw, you doodle, you paint, you make things. There's a type of therapy that you can do where you do artwork as therapy, as a release for releasing emotions, trapped emotions inside of you. And you just create. You just paint, you mold, you sculpt, you draw, however you're feeling at the time, no matter what it looks like. It doesn't matter what it looks like. That's not the point of it. You do it just to release those stuck emotions that are up inside of you. Universe wants you to give that a try. Yeah. Use art therapy. Get outside. Get out in nature. Take a walk. Take a walk down one of your parks, trails. Walk through your neighborhood. If you live out in the country, perfect. Go for a walk. Get outside. Get out into nature. Get out into the fresh air. Breathe. Breathe. Allow yourself to breathe. Take it in. Fill yourself with it. Mother Gaia is wanting to work with you. She wants to help ground you back down. Work with her. Then we have crystals. Focus. Some of you might benefit from wearing crystals or working with crystals. Some of you have a natural talent with crystals and you don't realize it until you pick them up and start using them. And then you're going to realize that you can feel the energy of listen to me, I can't even talk. You're going to feel the energy of those crystals pulsating through you. All right? Your left hand is your receiving hand. Put the crystal in your left hand and feel into the energy. All right? Work with crystals. And then we have music. Yep. Some of you would really benefit from listening to music for a release. Find that music that speaks to your soul right now. You know, what you listened to a year ago might not sit the same with you now because you're different. So find a new playlist. Find some new music. Find some uplifting music. Some music that makes you feel like you could kick ass. Like nothing in this world will stop you. They'll let you know how beautiful you are. Some of you need to listen to some sad music. Some of you need to, and my frequency just dropped. I mean, wow. Some of you need to listen to some sad music. I used to, it's so cheesy, but when Titanic first came out, I think I was 20 when Titanic came out. The music, one of the songs on there, with the "Wherever You Go" song, I ain't about to sing because I don't have the singing voice. That song, it's playing in my head right now. Sorry, that song used to make me cry. That would be the one I would turn on, and I would become a waterfall. You know, find that song. There's a song it's going to help release all those stuck emotions inside of you. And they want you to listen to it a couple times because you got some massive energy stuck up in you. And that's okay. You know, I think we can all appreciate that at some point in time in our life. But you have some massive energy stuck up in you. You need to find a sad song that is going to cause the waterfall to happen, the tsunami, if you know what I mean. It's gonna release everything that's stuck up inside of you because you have a lot. Some of you, I'm hearing Whitney Houston's song, Didn't Know How Strong I Was. I think it's the name of it. I didn't know my own strength. Thank you. Whitney Houston, I didn't know my own strength. Some of you need to remind yourself of your strength because some of you went through that dark period, whether it was depression or drug addiction, alcoholism, because your soul was fragmented at the time. You had a lot going on. You were dealing with a lot. A lot of you have been through a lot of trauma. And you were dealing with it the best you could. Just remember that. And just remember how strong you were. You got out of it. You got out. You're no longer there. Recognize your own strength. Realize that you didn't know how strong you were at that point in time. But look at you now. And then solitude and dance. Some of you, you're going to be going into solitude for a little while you heal. Some of you need to get away. Get away from all the friends and colleagues and going out and partying went through my head. But and you need to go more into solitude. Self-reflection. Get to know yourself. You know? Some of you are relearning yourself all over again. Who am I now? Now that I've healed. Now that I'm no longer, having my addiction, whether it's food, drugs, alcohol, partying, whatever your addiction was, shopping. Everybody has different addictions. I know somebody that's addicted to Coca-Cola, like seriously addicted to Coca-Cola. Relearn. You need to relearn yourself. Figure out who you are all over again, because you're not the same person you were before the addiction, and you're not the same person after the addiction. So you have literally become a whole new person. If you really think about it, those past lives don't resonate with you anymore. So find out who you are. You need to go into solitude, figure it out, And dance. Celebration. Celebrate how far you have come so far. Look at how far you've come. Look at everything you have accomplished and celebrate that. Don't forget to give yourself a pat on the back for what you have done and stop focusing just on what you need to do. I mean, always keep that in your mind. Don't get me wrong. You got to keep going. You got to keep growing. But you got to stop along the way to congratulate yourself too. Or else what are you doing it for? Are you doing it for everybody else then? And most of the time, people don't even recognize it or even congratulate you. So congratulate yourself. Dance around. Turn on some music and just dance. It's one of the best meditations you can do. And it's good for you. Gets that energy flowing all through your body. Gets you hyped up. It reminds you you're alive, which is a good thing to remember. So, all right, well, I'm going to leave this here. Some of you have some deep healing you need to do. You need to get your pride out of the way. You need to start focusing on your healing, re-loving yourself, getting to know yourself again. Try the creative art. You know, some people aren't criers, and that's okay. Release it another way. Get creative with how you release it. Go to a smash house. That sounds like fun to me. I want to do that. Go into one of those smash places and just start smashing everything and release, because that might be your way. For some of you, get in the shower, cry your eyes out, blast some music so nobody can hear you, take your shower, and just let it go. Learn some sad songs. Some of you need to get out in solitude, outside, connect with Mother Earth, ground yourself a little bit better. Connect with the crystals. Connect with Mother Gaia. Start feeding the birds. Yeah. Yeah. And some of y'all just need to get up and shake your booty and congratulate yourself and remember how far you have come. And remember, you are that bee. You are. Look at how far you've come. Look what all you have accomplished. And congratulate yourself. Stay focused. But this pride card, man, I got to get this out of the way because every time I look at it, I just reconnect with it. Whoever you are out there that is going through this right now, know you can get past it. You can. You can see yourself whole again. And it's going to be hard. And it's going to be painful. And you're going to want to stop. You're going to let your pride get in the way and say, what am I doing this for? Is it worth it? Yeah, it is worth it. Because on the other side of all that darkness, all that pain, that regret, there's love. There's light. There's happiness. There's joy. There's skipping down the street. You can do this. All right? You got this. You need to release. And you need to be able to admit to yourself what you have done and forgive yourself. Please forgive yourself. All right, I am sending y'all so much love and light right now. If this resonated, if you like my style of reading, I would appreciate if you liked and subscribed. Tell your friends. I'd like to see my channel grow. I'd like to see it get out there and help more people is what I'd like to see. Because I know that these messages are meant for people. So, all right. Well, I wish you all the best of luck in everything. I am sending you love. And I hope to see you back next time. Bye.